all the information, all that. Let's say it was true, right? Just off the blue. Let's say it was true what she was saying. She's going to jeopardize her own case by letting all the evidence out. So a real victim would not want to do that. And then
tell me what real victim wouldn't want all the evidence out? Can somebody make that make sense to me? I guess not.
She's going to jeopardize
make that shit make sense.
Please make it make sense.
I can't. I don't have the else to do that. Every victim is different, absolutely. But I don't think any victim, especially if the hold on, baby, hold on 1 second. Especially if the victim has gone to the cops for help, why wouldn't you think they would want all the evidence out? Of course they would. I mean, rape and sexual assault is not easy to prove. So, of course, any evidence that would prove your case, of course you want it known. So for him to even speak for victims regardless is sick as hell.
Sick.
if that was their procedure.
And to mind you that he's sitting next to a black man that's supposed to be, you know, pro-black. And he's letting him say this on his platform with 1.5 million people.
And it makes sense. Why would you let someone record that can publicize all the information, all that? Let's say it was true, right? Just off the blue. Let's say it was true what she was saying. She's going to jeopardize her own case by letting all the evidence out. So a real victim would not want to do that. And then another thing that I saw, again, from an investigator's point of view, when you were talking about how it went down, the bathroom and all that stuff and how it was all false, her facial expressions told me she wasn't a victim. Her facial expressions told me that because...
Did you hear that?
Pause that real quick. Because nowhere in that live does I Speak say anything about how it all went down at the bathroom. Like, he doesn't
never
talk about
said it.
He just said it didn't happen. That's it. He never gave no details to have me looking. I don't know what the fuck you thought you saw, or heard, because he doesn't actually discuss the bathroom. So, what story have you heard behind closed doors, Officer K?
I would like to know.
Lisa, one thing I just looked up a little bit of information. So because it's military, it is a little bit different. But one thing you could do is, and I would strongly suggest doing it. In fact, you could probably do a GoFundMe on TikTok to get the funds to do it. And I know a lot of people that would support you, but bring an attorney with you if you can't record it. And the attorney can document everything for you. And you'll have a witness on your side.
Let me tell you what I already got on audio. NCIS saying there's no protocol against recording, really. That's what they're trying to say Angie lied to them about, because Angie called and was like, hey, I got a case coming up and I just wanted to know if I can record. Her answer wasn't, oh, it's protocol to not record. She said it depends on the individual.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you really want to pursue it, though, you could get an attorney.
I also had a lawyer talk to me and confirm that there is no law against me recording them, especially in a one-party state, NCIS or civilian cops. We're in a one-party state. I don't need their permission to record at all.
But I want y'all, I don't want to get off track, y'all. I'm trying to keep it on track. All right. So I want y'all to listen to what he said about Palesa and why he doesn't believe her.
Bathroom and all that stuff and how it was all false. Her facial expressions told me she wasn't a victim. Her facial expressions told me that because a victim.
Would you want a man investigating anybody that you know a sexual assault?
So they can give full context of those expressions. Let that finish, because he goes on to describe why my facial expressions.
Not all.
Go ahead.
Another thing that I saw, again, from an investigator's point of view, from investigator's point of view, when you were talking about how it went down, the bathroom and all that stuff, and how it was all false, her facial expressions told me she wasn't a victim. Her facial expressions told me that because a victim, not all, but most victims, when you talk about the situation, they break down. They start crying or they just get emotional. She had no emotions on her face. She knew she was done. She knew exactly that you had her and that you're giving her the rope to just hang herself.
Wow.
Okay, we can pause it there.
A white
Hang
man.
myself. Choice
Hang
words, huh?
Nice choice of words. Nice fucking choice of words. For a
So
fucking
because I
rapist.
wasn't crying, because I wasn't emotional, I'm not a victim.
So,
Because all victims do. And it's like, you know what? It's to me that's like confirmation of y'all sick ass fetishes. Y'all want victims to be meek and crying and waddling at your feet, begging for your permission to exist. This is why y'all think that SA victims can't take back their sexuality after being SA'd.
he also forgets that you've been dealing with this for so long, and after it's not like it just becomes that you're able to deal with it better as time goes on, right? So like you've been talking about it, you've been dealing with it. I mean, everybody saw the pain on your face when you were in that live with I Speak. It was clear, in my opinion, who the aggressor was and who the victim was. That's my opinion. It's not it seemed clear. When he was talking about reading facial expressions, I thought for sure he was going to bring up micro expressions, and he didn't. And the fact that he went to emotions, just in my opinion, anybody that knows even a little bit about investigations and micro expressions, I think it says more about him that he was focusing on your emotions and had a certain expectation of you, like you said, Palesa, to play this victim role, not even taking into consideration, like you've been dealing with this, you've been addressing it. Of course, you're going to become stronger over time. Most victims do.
So imagine going to the police to ask for help and they automatically think you're lying because you're not crying and snotting all over their desk.
That's what I said. Imagine him. Imagine your loved one, your daughter, it don't even matter, your son, going to him about being sexually assaulted, and he doesn't believe them because they're not crying.
Not for anything. I mean, we all know I'm a white man, but if I was a black woman, I would not want a white officer being the one to investigate me. That just seems like
he doesn't deserve his job.
I don't want a white man doing anything for me.
This shit right here was disgusting.
She had no emotions on her face. She knew she was done. She knew exactly that you had her and that you're giving her the rope to just hang herself. And she did it 3 times over. Her facial expression gave me everything I needed to know to approach it a different way. And that's just me.
I would like to know, which way did you approach it? You've been here since the beginning.
Approaching it in any way. He's not even the investigating officer. As an officer, you think, hey, I see rape and assault too much for me to sit here and give my fucking unwarranted opinion and cause maybe confusion. I would just shut the fuck up if I was an investigator and had first of all, if you had any fucking connection to the case, you shouldn't be talking. But as an officer, you should know if you have no connection to the case, you should not be fucking talking.
Yeah, this. And again, I Speak, you orchestrated all this. I guarantee you he part of it too. That's why he on private now.
Her facial expression gave me everything I needed to know to approach it a different way. And that's just me. I mean, dude, we met on TikTok. I don't know you only from TikTok, and and I got a good following, and I got a good rapport with everybody that I follow and all that. And I call it BS when I see it, and that's total BS. As an investigator, I would have approached it differently.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate that, Officer K.
Yeah, man. And what I do suggest, I don't know if is this still ongoing with you?
No, the case is closed because she continued to fail to file a formal complaint, which is what the Navy, the only way JAG could even come to my defense was if she filed an official complaint. And then I could have potentially had to get a civilian lawyer. However, from the military standpoint, because she contacted NCIS had to contact my command. She never filed anything. So they said, okay, well, based on, pretty much exactly what you said, you're doing all of this, but you're not filing anything. So you just want the, quote, court of public opinion to pretty much hang him out to dry. And we're not going off of that. Either you come in, and they called her multiple times. You come in, or we come to you. She said, recording, she Special Agent Dwayne Young, you're not coming to my house because I don't know who you are. Then she accused Special Agent Young of knowing me and working with me.
And that's why Young requested.
Listen to what I speak just said.
Exactly.
Confirming that this motherfucker was asking for my address but wouldn't properly identify himself. And look how he just nonchalantly said that. He confirms that I told Agent Young that I don't trust you. Like, you're not coming to my house. I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to know, how was y'all gonna stop me from recording y'all if y'all had come to my house to get this report?
And
that's what I want to know.
You do know Agent Young. You already confirmed that in this same live. You met him, hand to God, remember? That's what he said.
They come to your house?
No.
Yeah.
So what if you had a Ring doorbell or cameras in your house like a lot of people do?
That's what I'm saying, because they gave me the option to either come here and get the report or meet them somewhere else, like, a police department or something, and get the report. I didn't want them coming to my house, so I was like, I'll meet y'all at the police department. But they were willing, as far as, as he was saying, they were willing to come to my house to get the report. So how are you going to stop me from recording then?
All right, I'm going to keep going.
Wish I had done that.
Of knowing me and working with me.
And that's why Young took himself off of it for that exact reason. The dude is a smart ass man. That's
So then they set up, like she stated, they set up an official interview with the agents at Jacksonville, North Carolina office, and drove down to Fayetteville to meet with her.
Yeah. They didn't just drive and surprise her. She knew damn well what she was doing to that PD. And she got all bent out of shape when they would not let her record. That's when it went south, and that's why she's saying, I didn't know why I was there. No, you knew exactly what you were there, because she even said it. She's like, I know how they treat victims, that's why I want to record it. Well, then you know why you're there for.
You know why you're there for.
Man, I didn't even catch that.
That's the investigator in me.
I didn't even catch that part. It's just, once you acknowledge to me that they sent you communication, yes? Give me a second, let me call it. Once you acknowledge to me that they sent you communication through an official channel, then you knew 100% why you was there. So we're not going to play semantics on you being there, you not being there. She needed video for content and clout. Exactly. That's all it was. And they was just like, nah, you're not finna get that. You can do the same thing that I did. Follow Freedom of Information Act, and then you can get it.
And even that lady that she talked to, the reception she called, even said she doesn't know the procedure, but it's up to the individual and depends on the investigation.
Confirming what the fuck you said, right? That you can record. It just depends on whether the person is nice enough to let you record.
Right.
This is dumb as rocks. What did he do? Man, did you hear? Have you been listening to this audio of Officer K? Officer K done threw his whole career down the fucking drain with this fucking shit.
And Angie, her friend that called, would not identify herself and would not identify what case she was calling for. So therefore, she couldn't even get an adequate understanding of what policies and procedures would govern that type of case because she wouldn't even acknowledge it.
Exactly.
Because they were calling under false pretenses.
Yep. So that's why, you know, I give kudos to the reception and Young and everybody else that, you know, did the case, because you want a solid case. You don't want no ifs, ands, or like, you don't want no shady part or some type of, okay, well, there could have been this, or any doubt whatsoever. And the reception did exactly what she needed to do. She didn't know the answer, but she's like, well, what case is this in? So I can reference it. Because like you just said, if this case, let's say this case is dealing with stealing gumballs. Well, yeah, you can record it. Or let's say this is a SA victim. Yeah, I don't want you to record it. One, for privacy purposes. And the lady even told her that. Well, she's like, well, if I don't want it recorded, then I can stop recording. Remember, she said it's for her protection that she doesn't allow her to record it, and for privacy in case something embarrassing comes up. And that girl said, well, if I don't want it, if I feel embarrassed or in some sort of way, I will stop recording it. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
And for her to call herself a freaking veteran, I could just only imagine what kind of troop she was, what kind of individual she was. I've had a lot of people like that. I retired as E7, and I've had a lot of people under me like her. Like she's an.
What's like her? What the fuck does that even mean? As you talk down on a veteran, a disabled veteran, the fuck does that mean? Somebody tell you. We all know what he really mean.
A lot of white men think that, you know, they have that mentality towards black women veterans. Y'all remember when this Holocaust thing happened, it was a whole bunch of white men on my page calling me a fake veteran, making videos saying that I was stealing valor. All of that shit. I even went and lied and said that they fucking found my discharge papers or whatever, and I was not receiving any VA benefits because I was dishonorably discharged. They had all kind of, you know, fucking shit to say. Very disrespectful to those who say they love the troops.
Mm-hmm. So, sunshine and hurricanes. What was the context of her saying that? I want you to explain that before, you know, I let her explain it for you again. Because
I did Veterans Day. I absolutely said that.
You know,
absolutely. Because I don't respect people's titles. I respect their character. Right? So no, I don't support all veterans. You know why? Because I know a whole lot of veterans that are very guilty of sexual assault, rape, domestic violence, murder. It was 6 dead female soldiers when I got to Fort Bragg in 2008. 6, all of them killed by what? Active duty servicemen. So no, I did say fuck Veterans Day. Absolutely. Because this country don't give a fuck about veterans. How many homeless veterans are out there that y'all walk past every fucking day?
Too many.
How many do y'all shit on? Not even understanding why so many of them are dishonorably discharged. You know why so many people are dishonorably discharged from the military? Because they wake up and say, fuck this goddamn government. Fuck this goddamn government, and you give us a funky ass motherfucking holiday. A funky ass motherfucking holiday where you just give us free food all damn day long. Adding to diabetes problems, adding to mental health problems. You ain't doing shit to actually help the veterans. So yes, it's fuck Veterans Day, because I'm tired of America pandering to the minority just so they can keep fucking us over. I meant that shit with all my fucking heart.
You know, kind of how like they just like to give us a month for Black History.
Yeah, as y'all know, I said fuck Black History Month this year too. Fuck it all, because all of it is just a fucking pander. We got Black History Month, but y'all don't give a shit about black people. Fuck all these goddamn fake ass fucking holidays. Look at Juneteenth. Look what y'all did to Juneteenth in 2 years. I'm talking about colonize the fuck out of fucking Juneteenth.
They were literally
Y'all up here,
napkins.
white people shouldn't even, I swear to God, white people should not be getting off on fucking Juneteenth. Y'all asses should go to work all day long on Juneteenth. Here y'all are, parlaying and barbecuing on fucking Juneteenth. Have the nerve to walk past black people and say happy Juneteenth. Have the nerve to show up at a fucking Juneteenth celebration.
I don't think
Man,
you
fuck
listening.
them fucking holidays.
Well, I know you're not really listening, Sunshine and Hurricanes. She literally said not all veterans, but there are some fucking veterans out there that are POSs. You know, we seen the articles.
Absolutely, I take advantage of my veteran benefits. Because I absolutely think no matter how you got out of the military, I don't give a fuck about a dishonorable discharge. Everybody should get their fucking benefits. But you know who doesn't? The ones that absolutely deserve it. Do you know how many fucking Desert Storm veterans are still walking around with no fucking benefits? Do you know how many motherfucking Vietnam vets that are almost to their fucking grave, and this fucking sorry, funky ass government still ain't gave them their fucking benefits?
My father always told me never go to the service, and he went to Vietnam.
Everybody that signed that fucking dotted line needs to motherfucking get their benefits. I don't give a fuck if they got dishonorably discharged. If they fucking sign that line and they put their life on the line, give them their shit. But we don't. We don't. But yet we sit up here and say we love the troops, support the troops, support the troops. But then y'all pick and choose which veterans y'all think deserve their fucking benefits. Everybody went in there and tore their bodies up for this fucking country. Their minds up, their souls up. So I don't give a fuck how they got out. Give them their fucking benefits.
You're going to stop falling for these pandering ass holidays to shut you up. Ben woke up to that bullshit. Let's keep going. I'm going to play the rest of this audio.
She's looking for something. And then she brought color into it when the investigator was black. She tried to bring race into it. I was like, are you serious? Now she's grabbing at straws to see what sticks.
Because the reason why she did that was because she wanted content for social media.
She was praying for a white officer. I guarantee it. The way
Did you hear that?
I Speak says I'm exploiting my black experience. And this nigga say I was praying for a fucking white officer.
Praying.
Come the fuck on.
If any other person was in that box saying that would not be okay with I Speak or anybody over there. But because it's somebody standing up for I Speak, that's the only reason they're allowing him to say that shit. That's gross.
Absolutely.
Right.
And he does not deserve to be on the force saying shit out of his mouth on a public platform with his big ass platform. And I Speak is just as disgusting as he is for sitting there letting him say that.
I really believe they get to a point where they get addicted to the social media. And I think just like this officer, he's clearly not thinking about his job. And for him to get on there saying that thing.
I know one thing. I better see this on Young Turks, all them fucking shit she sent this shit to. Much as y'all talk, y'all be on these police officers' neck. If y'all let this slide, y'all ain't shit.
Especially when he notes that he handled a big case in the Air Force.
There's no way.
Big sexual assault case. Where those people hardly got any fucking time for their crimes. That needs to be reopened.
Did you hear the shit that was coming out of his mouth? Some of them people got 20 days, 90 days. This man R-word 3 different women and got 20 years, just 20 years. He can see the day he can get out of jail. This coming from a man that literally said he judges cases of women's facial expressions and how they act or if they cry or not. If they don't cry, they're lying. How in the fucking world is that okay?
It's also very fucked up for him to say that about a black woman, especially knowing that in America, black women tears don't matter to nobody. We been tired of crying. You know what I'm saying? We damn straight finna fucking cry up in a cracker face like you give a fuck.
We're gonna pray for it.
Like you give a fuck about how I feel. I wish I would sit up here and snot and cry in your face. For you to turn around and call me weak then. Then it's gonna be weak. She weak. She weak. The man is fucking disgusting, and I wouldn't put rape.
We're gonna find out tomorrow because I want to see what he got to say. He's supposed to show up tomorrow. I'm gonna go live, and I want your punk ass to show up and explain what the fuck you mean in this live. But I'm pretty sure you've been told to shut up now. You done put your page on private. You've been up and down he went on every last one of my pages today. Every last one of my pages, you're in my profile view on your backup page. You followed me. Why the fuck you want to follow me now? You've been watching this from the beginning. You fucked up, white boy. I tell you that. You really effed up. And if you go on his page, I'm not sure. You know what? I gotta go back and check.
It's insane how women like that are allowed to go on in life, really. I mean,
did you just hear that?
Right. So you want to tell me off of the crime?
Did you hear that?
I should be dead?
He said women like that should not be allowed to go on in life.
Mm-hmm. I told y'all this nigga live close to me too.
Police officer.
So
I'll play it for you again, Lori. Hold on.
And we live in the same state, just a couple of hours away from each other.
This is a police officer.
It's insane how women like that are allowed to go on in life, really. I mean, you're not the first one that she's accused.
And I sat right next to this man and let him say that about a black woman. You sat right. There ain't no way. I would never let no white boy come in my motherfucking live as a police officer on top of that and say that.
Sagittarius is very scary. It absolutely is. But I knew when I came out with my story that I had to stick to the fucking truth, regardless. I'm not just doing this for myself. I am doing this to actually change as a culture.
And look at this, what it's doing. It's exposing.
Right. When the truth is, these people could have left me alone. They could have left me alone. I would have been just fine with just speaking my truth, regardless of what they felt. I was going to always speak my truth. But it's all this extra shit that led to this. Because this right here is dangerous. And the way he went so hard to discredit me, I knew for a fact, if this nigga got another chance, he gonna full-blown rape somebody if he already hasn't. So no, I can't stop. I cannot stop because what the fuck?
And look what this story is exposing. I mean, this story, I'm sorry. Your whole, this all started with you, Palesa, right? And ever since you didn't do what they wanted you to do, it's been falling apart for them ever since. Everything is coming out. Even things they didn't think, like this douchebag.
This is why I told y'all their hate for me is real. Their hate for me is real. Not just the black folks that's got an issue with me on this app. The crackers too. The racist white folks hate me on this app.
And they are exposing themselves one by freaking one. Mind you, if they'd have left you alone, sis, guys like this, men like this, would still be out here doing investigations on sexual assault cases.
Right. So I'm glad that I speak couldn't control himself.
None of them can control themselves.
He had to keep pushing it. He had to keep pushing it, and had to keep fucking pushing it.
Not only
so
is
here we are. Now we're exposing all of y'all predators. Because he talking about me throwing people under the bus. He the one throwing people. How many people has he involved in this shit?
Petty Roll, everybody.
Right. This is not going to turn out well for none of y'all.
None.
Absolutely none of y'all.
And I think right here, this is a big domino to fall right here because he going to get put on blast. I'm going to make sure he get put on blast. I'm going to make sure there's an investigation opened up into Officer K. There ain't no fucking way that he deserves to be an officer saying the shit that he said out of his mouth in this one live.
That's why I sent this information. That's why I sent this video to his police department.
Everybody should be sending this video to his police department.
I sent it to his police department. I sent it to the Young Turks. I sent it to POD. And I sent it to the Shade Room.
Everybody should be sending it to them same people. Because this is dangerous. This is absolutely dangerous. And how many more men are like him on his police force? I want to know the conversations that he had with iSpeak about this situation. How much has he involved himself? This is exposing all of them. NCIS, the military, the Navy, all of y'all. This is going to be fucking huge. I'm sorry, it is. And this is exactly why police won't stop. This is why I won't stop. This is the right fucking thing to do. Fuck them views, clicks, and likes and shit. This is creating change.
Freaking Tia, I'll put my freaking retirement check on it. You're not the first one she's accused. You're just the first one that fought back. Yeah. With receipts.
Oh, I definitely was not going to allow her to attach that to my name. Well, I appreciate you, brother. I want to conclude this so I can save it, and then I'm going to come right back.
All right, so go ahead and follow this account. This is my motorcycle account.
Okay, I got you. Comment one more time in the comment section once you drop down, and I'll follow that account.
Right here.
All right, bro.
All right, brother. Thank you.